Hey, welcome back to MVP Hot Wheels. This is Diesel Mac, and as you can see, I have a whole bunch of different stuff made in India, all the Leo stuff, and I've been kind of talking about some of the different packaging in previous videos and how some stuff may be called a Leo and how some of the newer, I say newer, but late 1990s, early 2000s stuff is not really a Leo. So I want to do some information, kind of educate myself on it and figure out what was going on. And then find a good classification for the naming scheme of it if they're indeed not Leos anymore. And so yeah, I've kind of put some information together. You can see I got a bunch of different types of packages here. All the ones that I've come across or I still have still in the package, with these the variety that was available, and then some of these newer pieces, oops, I bumped the camera, that are kind of in question. So let's see, let me start from the beginning. I guess in 1986, Mattel was ready to sell cars to the Indian market. As you can probably know, it's one of the hugest populous places on the world. So why not get into a market where you've got a billion people that would are having kids and obviously want to have toys to play with and stuff. So it makes a lot of sense to want to get into that market. But the problem was there was a Foreign Exchange Regulation Act, I believe, that was preventing them from being able to just go create or sell like they do in other markets. To sell in the Indian market, you had to, you could not own more than 40% of the company that was selling in India. So they had a joint venture where they were a 40-60 split with Blowplast Incorporated. This happened in 1986. And now that they're only 40%, they can sell to the Indian market. And this went on for quite a while. And there was lots of awesome stuff. There was two different manufacturing plants there in India that these cars were being made from, so that could speak to which types of packaging you got from either market or a manufacturing plant. So I don't know the detail to that point. Maybe some of these will have some of that information that we could look at. So yeah, Mattel was happy. They were able to sell to the market, and of course with that large of population, there's probably decent profit margin in that, right? The problem is I'm sure, as you all know, the quality was not that great. As you can see by just this one here in the background. Oops, as I move stuff around, hit it with my knee. Right, the card is not even really sitting on there the right way. There's quality issues within the paint. There weren't really any rules as to what tampos were placed on some cars, which is how you get kind of I think I have an example over here on this side, how you get the 442 tampo on a Monza. So they played around with different colors of tampos, different paints, and put them on different cars. So that was an issue. And in the late 1990s, they decided that they were going to cut ties with Blowplast. I'm assuming, because I can't find any information on this part of it, I'm assuming that the FARA Act either went away or changed, and now you didn't need to have that 40% limit to be able to sell there, because they dropped Blowplast, they renamed, and when they were with Blowplast, they were called Mattel Leo, or Leo Mattel, or Leo Toys. So there's some ambiguity on that, but I think Leo Toys is kind of what came out. You see a lot of these cars have Leo Mattel on them, but like I said, the quality wasn't great, so they left that. So now they're called Mattel Toys India, and that's a private limited company, and it didn't say that they were joined with anybody else. They still look like they were using one of the manufacturing plants that they were using before, but I guess they had more control of what the quality standard needed to be. And so now I think this is when they came out with these newer packaging. You can see here, this is from the late 90s packaging, and you know, India wasn't the only one that used this same card art. Mexico used it as well, as I just showed in one of my last videos. Right, here's that same car. Although, you know, pretty similar, but look at the color on that, right? The blue on this one is fairly nice, whereas this one is kind of dulled. It's interesting because I have another car I just happened to bring up, but that one is also a Mexico piece, and it has a similar you know, card art on it, you know, where it's not as dull as that one, right? And these have nearly the same backs, right? They got almost the same sticker, a little bit different if I pull them in the view actually. So you can see the same name. You got Hot Wheels 3612 Sortido de Auto, you know, Basico, whatever. I don't speak Spanish, obviously, but it says the same stuff on there, right? And most of the card is pretty much the same. Obviously, this part is in a little bit different. The writing's, you know, a little bit smaller, so it's more, you know, condensed over here. But the rest of that stuff is pretty much the same. Here's the top of the card, right? So why did these cars kind of get the not so great stuff on there? No tampos. Supposedly, oh, this one just happened to get the 30th anniversary. I guess that made it on there already. And then, you know, this one's got more of the premium type tampos. Maybe that's all it has to do with it. But anyways, back to, you know, these are the newer cards. So with this, right, if we look at this on the back, they still have the sticker Leo Mattel from when they're sold. You can see a date of 1999. Now, some say that the venture stopped in 2000 and the Leo name was phased out or something like that. But with these being, I think there was two main dates. If we look at a couple of these, this one says 99. That one says 99. Maybe some of these over here. Here you go. This one's printed on it. See, it says June of 99. I think one of these says, that one says June. One of these say May, or a couple of these said May. And there's one with May of 99, right? And all of these fell, if they were stamped on here, they were stamped May or June of 99. So I don't know if, you know, the 2000 is accurate, or if they're talking about after these cards were made and then they phased it out. So it's kind of, you know, hard to discern. When you look at the company that they are, or they were back in, you know, supposedly 2000, that Mattel Toys India Private Limited company, it says it was established back in 1986, which in a way makes sense because that's when they partnered with Blowplast Incorporated to be able to sell to the Indian market. So that part went together, but it's just interesting on kind of the, you know, the change, and I think that's what these are, right? I think it's what these particular packagings are, that change, and now the quality of these cars are a little bit better. The packaging is a little bit nicer. Granted, this one's kind of gone through a lot, but you know, the package is pretty decent. The tampos are, you know, quite a bit better. The paint job's a little bit better. So, and we've got, you know, cars that they used in the US, a lot of those without the power van, but all these were available in the US, you know, sold regularly. This one is another example, right? This was mainline in the US here. The only thing that makes this any, you know, worth more is just that it's in this India package. So I think that was what the change was, but we can kind of go through, you know, some of the different cards. So this was kind of the rainbow edition of the Blackwall era. So I've got a couple of these. Let's see if this still has a date on it. So this says 91. So it came out around 1991. You've got the Trailbusters card. Usually your trucks and stuff will have that. And this one doesn't have a sticker. That one doesn't have a sticker. But it does have that name on here where I was telling you, right? Mattel Toys India Limited, and it says joint venture with Mattel Incorporated USA, and then, you know, world leading toy manufacturing company. So again, Mattel Toys India. And if we look at, I think these here, it just says, let's see if it says anything, manufactured by Mattel Toys India Limited. So it looks like it's kind of under the same company. They just kind of rebranded a little bit and dropped the other Indian company, and then didn't seem to have any issues still being able to sell in the Indian market. So here's this one, and again, this one was available in the, you know, U.S. market as well. And even on the card, right, proof of purchase, Leo Mattel, despite the stamp on here or the sticker, and that one says 1997. So pretty close. I mean, it looks like it was an older card, but 1997. It's probably towards the end of it. We've got Collectors Club. Let's see what that one says. It says March of 95. So kind of in the middle. Does this one have a date on it? Yep. You got August of 1991. You got that kind of shortened card there. You got your Speed Fleet, which a lot of these were the cars and stuff, of course. The sticker is gone, and doesn't have any date stamp or anything on it. Let's see what this says here. A little 3-car pack here. Still has it on there, and you see that's from 1993, so June of 93. And there's some of that information. So I, you know, went through a bunch of these packages just to kind of see if there was any other identifying information for it. Royal Flash. There we go. This one says October of 1990. So a little bit older on that one. And again, we have different types of, you know, packages here. For the 5-pack, it's interesting because it shows 1995, but a lot of these cars didn't come out, right? That was the 1996 or 7 first edition. And so these are, you know, a little older, but it's just the type of package I think is, you know, the date that was on it. So we knew that these came out, right? And I have this one here, pretty similar, right? So not much different, so other than they put it in cardboard inside instead of a plastic. But kind of interesting to know that, you know, that says 95. The sticker unfortunately is gone, which may have given us a better indication of when those were being sold. So lots of different, you know, package types. But I figured that's what I found out so far. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and continue to brand these as Leo, as they have the sticker on the back, and the company is basically the same company. They just dropped the part that was allowing the issues, the quality issues. So like that's a, you know, normal US car you could get. This one is, you know, unique to the Indian market. So there's a couple of unique pieces on here. The Escort, another one you didn't get in the US. This red Camaro like that with that Tampo, I don't think we got in the US. You could get it in black in the US. Let's see here. Then we have the Chevy 1500. This is one you could definitely get in the US, but there are a color variation that you could only get in the Indian market. So, but there's what I found. If you have any more information or want to provide it, you can do so down in the comments below. But I figure I would just, you know, share with you guys what I have found, and you know, what I'm thinking, and kind of what I'm going to do on the website is I'll just brand all of these, right? This package will be an India package or Leo package, but the car itself, since it was available in the US, will not have that branding up in the top left-hand corner like I do for the India only stuff. So if it's a market that was only, if it was only sold in one market, then I'll just put that up there. If not, if it was available in the US, then it'll just be the normal, you know, no corner background. I'm also working on the backgrounds for some other stuff, so I was thinking like I'll start with the speed machines. So I'll put 1983 speed machines maybe in the corner or on there somewhere, so that when you're looking through, you know that that car is a speed machine. And I'll do that maybe with some other sets. I mentioned it earlier with the vintage sets, maybe writing something in cursive down below to say this is the vintage series or vintage series 2 for the 2 cars I opened up recently. So yeah, we'll kind of playing around with more of that. Of course, that brings more options, and then, you know, do I go back and fix all of them? Kind of becomes a pain. So I'll play around with it. The Speed Machines doesn't have a super ton, and kind of use that as my base. You know, see if this is something I want to go into. Granted, I don't have to change all 6,000 cars, but anything that has a series that would be worthy of putting that designation on the background would be the ones I'd be changing. And I think it'd be kind of helpful as you're going through. And but yeah, again, if you have any questions about Leo stuff, if there's other packages, feel free to let me know. I know I just kind of grabbed all the ones that I could find really quickly, and after I did, you know, some of the research and put it together and threw them on this table and fired a video up. So, but I appreciate the support. I think we're almost to 600 subscribers. If you're enjoying this type of content, let me know. Hit that like button and subscribe. You'll find all this stuff once I get pictures of it on the MVP Hot Wheels website as well. And then I'm going to try to find a place to put information like this that you can be able to go in, and maybe I'll put it together in a presentation on a page or something like that on there as well, so that if you're looking for information, it'll be another place, another reason to come to the MVP Hot Wheels. So, but I got to develop the page and find a place for it and a way to get to it and all that kind of stuff. So it might take some time, but I think it'll be worth it. But anyhow, again, thanks for the support. We're almost at 600, and I'll see you guys next time.